Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a timeless reading for the collective, so whenever you come across this video, however you come across it, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And we've been pulling one card random every morning from our MEGADECK. You can look down in the description below for more information on that. But today's card is pulled from the Earthcraft Oracle deck by Diaz, Anderson, Fortuné. It is card number 10, Forest Bathing. And before we get into the book and see what the reading says for us from the book, I always want to get all of the messages, information, transmissions that are coming to us directly from the card itself. And you can hear my little girl Abby in the background. She's like wanting me to play with her. And I'm kind of busy at the moment, so she's going to have to wait for playtime for just a minute. But in any event, card number 10, Forest Bathing. And the first thing that I get with this card, with the messages that are coming through directly from the image itself, first of all, obviously, peace. We know that 10 reduces down to a 1. The number 1 is traditionally like the first step that the Fool takes on that hero's journey. It is a place of beginnings. And it's interesting that the image and the words forest bathing, we know what forest bathing is. It is a thing. It's an actual thing. It's a thing that people do. Earthing, it's kind of part of that whole movement of reconnecting with our planet. And this is really important. A lot of us, most of us, in just a minute, Abby, hang on, get kind of locked into our electronic world, our 5G planet, where everything is coming to us electronically. We are doing most of our communications electronically. We are doing most of our work electronically. Sometimes you just need to unplug yourself completely. If you have an opportunity to get somewhere where there is not a whole lot of, there's no cell phone service. Okay, those are excellent places to go and recharge if you're looking to kind of just find out where did you go. You kind of lost yourself somewhere in all of the techie stuff. But we are living beings, and while we have an an electromagnetic field, really, several, that we create with what we're thinking, our brains, as well as what we're feeling, our hearts. And we know about the heart-brain coherence thing. We just had a reading on that. This is taking it to a whole new level. And I just want to talk a little bit about this lady here in the picture. We know she is unclothed. That's part of the forest bathing thing. Most of us don't have the opportunity to run around sky-clad, but if you have that opportunity, even if it's in a private part of your yard where nobody can see you. They can't see you from the house. They can't see you from the neighbors' houses. They can't see you if they're flying overhead. No drones can find you, okay? But see if you can find a space for yourself where you can disconnect for just a little bit. If you can do it every day, that's even better. But her hair, she's got this nest in her hair, and 2 of the eggs are starting to crack. So this is an ongoing process of rebirth. And that's something that I'm not even going to touch on that theme, because we have been covering that full tilt forever on this channel. Transformation, rebirth, transmutation. So very strong energy of rebirthing in this, as well as recharging. She's got her right hand is holding onto a little branch, a little twig of a growing tree, I think, probably. And her left hand is holding her wrist, her right wrist. I think she's taking her pulse. Doesn't it look like she's taking your pulse? Don't you think that? I think that. And I think that she's kind of gauging where her heartbeat is in relation to where the heartbeat is for the forest. And she may actually be adjusting herself to be in more rhythm with, to be in more vibrational tune with the forest around her. And I do know from personal experience that when we take that opportunity to just kind of reconnect our human bodies, we understand, we know that we are an energetic being, an eternal energetic being, a consciousness way beyond what we're saying and doing and thinking and whatever that we're doing on this planet. Our higher self, our, however you want to look at it, your soul, your eternal soul, is not the same thing as your physical body. It is your physical body is the container. It's the vessel that your eternal soul gets to move around on this planet with for this lifetime at this moment. And I feel like she's realigning herself with the heartbeat of the planet. We know scientifically that when people create those kinds of conditions for themselves artificially, like with electronic vibrations, solfeggios, our physical bodies respond. We become calmer. Our right and left brain hemispheres start working more in alignment. They start coordinating. They start cooperating. They start working together. Everything starts working together. And you find just everything in general at that point kind of goes into flow, where you don't have to fight to produce your work. It just seems to just happen without you even really trying. You just have to show up. And that is something you do have to show up. You have to show up for yourself. You have to show up for what you are being called to do. Anybody that is here that is listening to this video from this channel, if you're listening to any kind of things like this as a general rule, you're not one of those people that is sitting around watching the telly and just kind of mindlessly zoning off for days and weeks and months and years at a time. That's not you. You are, personally, if you've been on this channel more than twice, I do not like the labels of chosen and woken and all of that, but you are awake and understanding that you don't want to be being on autopilot anymore, reconnecting with nature in some form or fashion. Right now, when I'm uploading this video, understanding it's timeless for the collective, it is in the middle of winter. It is cold AF outside. I am not going out to forest bathe, and I'm certainly not doing it skyclad. But if I was somewhere where I had that opportunity, I would definitely be doing that. In the meantime, I can close my eyes. I know what it feels like to be running around without any clothes on. So I can put myself into that physical space mentally in my imagination. I know what the cool air feels like when it's touching my skin. I know what the sounds sound like when I'm in a natural environment. And so I put those two things together with my eyes closed. Maybe I have something going on electronically because that's what I've got available to me. That's nature sounds, running water. I have the luxury of a tiny little tabletop fountain in my dining room that I can hear the water trickling, so I don't have to create it electronically, so to speak. The pump obviously is electric. So, and we need to understand that even things like that, having the electricity to run the pump, we just want to be aware and mindful that that little bit of electricity is creating a cost, not just a physical cost to me in terms of money, but a physical cost in terms of energy change, where the earth is giving up something to give me the benefit of the fountain. And so I am always eternally grateful When I wake up in the morning, before I roll out of bed, I want to be thinking of at least three things. Like I kind of, when I start getting into that space, it runs way over three things. But you've heard it before, where you think of three things to be grateful for before you get out of bed, before your feet hit the floor. And so many times I find myself being grateful for electricity. As crazy as that sounds, that I understand the cost to the planet, that it is creating the warm that I can sleep in when it's cold outside. That's artificial, that's created by the electricity. So we just want to understand whatever we are doing is going to impact the planet, and we can reconnect and kind of get back to being accountable and responsible for what we're doing in this energy of forest bathing. Let's take a look in the book and find out what it says for us, for our card for today, for card number 10, forest bathing. Forest bathing is the practice of spending time surrounded by nature and connecting to the spirits of the forest to find calm, renewed energy, and well-being. It has recently been popularized by the Japanese term Shinrin-yoku, but this practice of honoring the sacred spirits of nature is something many, if not all, indigenous cultures have in common. Being immersed in nature allows us to feel the restorative healing energy of trees and other sacred plants in our minds, bodies, and souls. Away from busy city streets and stressful work days, Mother Earth feeds our senses and spirits in ways that we forget are possible during our everyday lives. If you have pulled this card, it is because your soul is longing for grounded nourishment. Self-care is often the first thing we disregard when life becomes overwhelming and the to-do lists pile up. So be mindful of the food that you are eating and how you are treating your body. Listen to your body's need to rest when you are tired, to love when you feel desire, and above all, to respect the earth that supports you. Seek soul nourishment by being connected with nature and embracing the splendor that is around you. And our practice for the day, and if you have the opportunity to do this today, that would be awesome. If you don't, just close your eyes right now and relax, take a deep breath in, and just put yourself into that space where you are stepping barefoot on the earth in grass, dirt, sand, river, ocean, mountain, any part of the earth. Feel yourself standing tall like a tree and root your feet into the earth. Take a moment to connect with the earth. Allow her to ground you and send loving, healing energies up your spine. Focus on your breathing. Slowly inhale and then exhale. As you do, bring your focus to the sounds of the earth. Do you hear birds? The blowing of the wind? What sounds surround you in this space that nourish your spirit? Now bring your attention and focus to your flesh, your body. What do you feel? Is the earth wet? Is she cold or warm? Pay attention to the gentle energies that trickle from the earth and onto your skin. Keep your breathing slow and even. Release yourself to the magic of bathing with our mother. Stay with her as long as you need to. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? Amen. Amen, Selah, so be it. So if you have the opportunity to do that with your actually doing it, walking out there and going barefoot and touching plants. If you can't do that for whatever reason, you don't live anywhere around anything like that, you don't have any plants in your house, close your eyes and just, you have at some point in your life walked somewhere where there was ground, where there was earth, where there was life. The couch isn't alive. The computer is not alive. There is a energy in them, in the molecules and the atoms, and to a very tiny, tiny extent, there is a consciousness there. It's holding everything together, but it's not alive with the Earth's energy. And that's what we need to reconnect with. That's what we need to reconnect. That's why hugs are so crucial, so required, that physical connection with something alive. And that's why pets are so amazing. If you have a cat or a dog, a lizard, a snake, birds don't really like to be cuddled too much normally, but you may have a bird that just loves kind of nesting in your shoulder and messing with your hair. I used to have parakeets when I was little that would do that. It was very cool, kind of tickled you, right? Remember what it feels like to reconnect with something that's alive. If you don't have the opportunity to go out in the nature and go barefoot and wander around, take the opportunity, however you can today, right now, to be in that experience of reconnecting with our Earth, reconnecting with the planet that gives us everything, that gives us life, that sustains us with water, with air, that we would not be able to live without, right? So be grateful for where you are, wherever it is right now, and how the earth has been blessing you and continues to bless you, and you will see more abundant blessings, physical, actual material stuff coming in. Okay, that's the beauty of being in this space, is it's not just a nice place to be. Nice things happen. Good things happen when you feel good. And you feel good when you give yourself that opportunity to reconnect with the planet. So that is our reading for the day. I do hope that it resonated and blessed you. Feel free to leave any comments if you feel so inclined to do that. If you haven't already liked and or subscribed to the video and our channel, I would love for you to do that if you feel so inclined. Do what you know to be right, the true thing for you to do. So with all of that, take that energy today. Remember, close your eyes and see the image of the card in front of you, okay? And reconnect with the energy coming through this image, specifically of love, of unconditional love, nurturing, coming from our planet. Gaia is alive, and we need to reconnect with her. So that is it. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. You are loved, you are protected, and you are life. So go live your life. Namaste and ciao for now.